presentation of the Academy Athletics Network.
The Redstickers are on an incredible winning streak this year, but in many ways, we're starting a brand new season tonight. As St. Joseph's Academy opens up district play, they'll be taking on the Woodlawn Lady Panthers, who finished the last 2 seasons as state runner-up. It's time for some sticker basketball on the Academy Athletics Network. Good evening, everyone, and welcome inside the Academy Student Center here at SJA. I'm Linley Denstel, happy to be once again alongside my partner, Ava Thevenot. Ava, this contest marks the start of district play for both teams, and tonight could be a major test for this Sticker squad.
You're absolutely right. If the Stickers want to succeed, they're going to have to rely on every person pulling their weight. The good news for them is that that's what the team has been doing all season. I want to highlight a pair of freshmen who have been nothing short of outstanding coming off the bench, Evelyn Osborne and Emma Wilson. Evelyn is the leading scorer for the Redstickers with more than 9 points per game, and remember, she's not even one of the starters. And Emma, she's just 5'1", but she plays like she's 6'4". Coach Waller cannot say enough good things about what she does and how she impacts the team every single game. She's actually leading the team in three-point percentage, shooting almost 35%. And the two of them have incredible in-game chemistry since they've been playing together since they were little. I expect that we'll see Evelyn and Emma with more of their trademark teamwork tonight. And we'll be talking to both of them a little later on.
The Redstickers are facing the formidable Woodlawn Lady Panthers tonight. They are 14-9 on the season, and they finished as state runner-up in both 2024 and 2025 seasons. SJA, on the other hand, continues their incredible winning streak and is 19-2. Let's see how they can get into 20 in a row with tonight's keys to the game. Ava, talk us through the Stickers' path to victory tonight.
Well, the biggest thing that SJ will need to do is rise to the level of the competition. Woodlawn has an incredible program with consecutive appearances in the state finals the last 2 years and already 14 wins this season. This is the level that SJA coach Tim Waller is trying to get his program to. The Stickers can take a major step in that direction as a program tonight if they can play at the level they're capable of. Next, they need to make sure to play all 32 minutes of the game. The Redstickers have demonstrated remarkable consistency all season long, and that needs to continue throughout the game tonight. If they can bring that Sticker fire that everyone's come to expect for all 32 minutes, they'll be in great shape to claim their first district win of the season. Finally, you knew this was coming. They have to win the race in space. You know by now how much emphasis Coach Waller places on the transition offense. He loves to take advantage of quick and easy scoring opportunities early in the Stickers' possessions. If his team can execute that transition and put those points on the board, it's hard not to see the Redstickers getting win number 20 tonight.
Thanks, Ava. It should be a great game this evening. Thank you for spending the start of your weekend with us. In just a few moments, we'll have pregame and tip-off between the Woodlawn Lady Panthers and the SJA Redstickers, live here on the Academy Athletics Network.
Galaxy versus victory greatly from this. If I am denied, keep me from envy. See me not when I am cheered, but when I've been helped I have been enough. Seal it in my heart that everyone who takes the court with me becomes my sister. Remind me that sports are just games. Teach me something that will matter once the games are over. And if through basketball I set an example, let it be a good one. Amen. St. Joseph, in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad streets and bright stars through the perilous fight, and ramparts we watched were so gallantly strewn, and rockets regular, the bombs bursting in, gave proof through the night that our flag was still. Oh, say does that star spread banner yet? O'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, let's meet the starting lineup for the visiting Lady Panthers. Number 11, junior, Layla Turner. Number 2, sophomore, Keitha McCormick. Number 33, junior, Madison Henderson. Number 3, senior, Mariah Scott. Number 34, senior, Janicia Young. The Lady Panthers are coached by Alicia Edom, Jessica Sickman, Alex Boulanger, and Leviticus Sterling. And now the 2025 St. Joe's Academy Redstickers. First, our reserves, number 2, freshman Evelyn Osborne. Number 3, junior Madeline Campbell. Number 10, freshman Emma Wilson. Number 11, sophomore Adeline Hardy. Number 15, sophomore Kinley Bassett. Number 24, sophomore Reagan Talamo. Number 50, sophomore Braylon Valente. And now tonight's starters for the Academy Redstickers. Number 12, sophomore Allie Sanchez. Number 14, sophomore Julia Hatzler. Number 20, sophomore Glenn Shackleton. Number 30, sophomore Ella Gisclair. And number 23, senior Kendall Rowley. Managers, junior Hank Wilson, head coach Tim Walker Jr., assistant coaches, Audrey. Thank you all for being here tonight.
All right. Welcome to the Academy Student Center. Here we're going to see the Lady Panthers versus the Redstickers. And back with us is my partner, Ava Thevenot.
Hello, everyone. I'm finally back. It's so great to be here. Let's see how they play tonight.
I know, I'm really excited. First district game. Currently on the court are our starters, Bryn Chapaton, Tullier Hosslauer, Ella Claire, Adelaide Sanchez, and Kendall Daly. Tip-off is going to be between Ella Claire and, I think, Madison Anderson, a junior, for the Lady Panthers. Lady Panthers win the tip-off. Find someone in the key. Close man-to-man defense from the Redstickers so far. Kendall Daly takes it down, looks to Ella Claire, and through her hands, out of bounds. Number 3, a senior for the Lady Panthers, is going to take it down. And excellent defense there by Bryn Chapaton, who gets the ball. Adelaide Sanchez looks to Kendall Daly.
It doesn't seem like Woodlawn is putting too much pressure on their defense this game. I haven't seen how they previously play. I wonder if this is some sort of tactic or if it's just more of a kind of blip.
Right there, first points to the board by Kendall Daly, I believe.
And that shot was
short.
No good. Kendall Daly drives it to the goal. She put it up, but was not good. Woodlawn's fast breaking it down. It seems like some of the SJ families didn't agree with the call of the refs.
Now number 2, a sophomore for the Lady Panthers, is going to get a shot at the free throw line.
That's right, and that call was a little bit tricky. It honestly could have been both ways. It just kind of depended on how the refs saw it and where they were standing.
Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! Watch out!
And that puts 2 points on the board for Woodlawn. We mentioned this a little bit earlier, but Woodlawn's definitely going to be a tough competitor for SJA. SJA has won 19 of their games so far, but we'll see if Woodlawn gives them a run for their money this time.
Tullier Hosslauer passes it into Kendall Daly just in time. However, the Lady Panthers now have possession.
Wow, amazing steal by Bryn Chapaton, I believe.
Yes. Ella Claire puts it up, but it's swatted away. I believe that was a charge call.
No, it was just out.
Ella Claire off the rim.
I'm kind of surprised. I feel like SJ, I know it's only been, the first 3 minutes, but SJ kind of seems like their shots aren't going in as much this game, but we'll see how they pick up their speed and how they pick up their pace later on. I think a lot of where SJ comes in really well is whenever it gets towards the end of the game, they kind of wear their opponents out. So their opponents get tired, but SJ comes back and sweeps that win.
Yes, a break to the goal there by number 34, a senior for the Lady Panthers. It was a good shot, and she will get a chance at the free throw line.
SJ really needs to be careful. This is their third foul in the first 3 minutes. That was, I believe, second or third foul, but
just to make sure that they don't go into bonus. Because Woodlawn really seems to be able to make their free throws.
And it's passed right into the hands of the Lady Panther. Kendall Daly and Ella Gisclair are double defending her.
And that was yet another foul on Eshe.
And that's a good shot as well, making the score 2-7. The Lady Panthers are up.
Wow. Wonderful pass by Bryn Chapaton, and she was pushed to the floor by a Lady Panther.
Julia Hausauer is going. Throw it in.
Woodlawn has 2 defenders on Bryn right now, which is very smart if you think about it. I mean, one of the offensive players is going to be out of bounds throwing it in, so that means one of the defense players is free, giving both of them the opportunity to block that offense player that's sitting inbound.
It's definitely a different technique than you can sometimes see.
Right.
That was a lane violation. And now the Redstickers. Adelaide Sanchez puts it up, but it's not quite good. And a travel right there by number 2 for the Lady Panthers, a sophomore. It's passed around. Kendall Daly being guarded very closely. However, she finds the goal. And again, those Redsticker shots just aren't seeming to make it in tonight so far.
Oh, wonderful steal by Bryn Chapaton.
He takes it, puts it up.
We're not quite sure what this foul is at the moment. Oh, it was in a timeout. I'm sorry.
4.5 minutes have passed, and both teams still had their starting players in, which I think is a little unusual for Coach Waller. He usually has girls ready to sub out at any moment, especially during those free throws.
Yeah, I think a lot of the reason that he's doing it today especially is because he knows that Woodlawn is such a big competitor. And so usually your starters are going to be some of your best players on the team. And if not your absolute best, then very, very strong players. And so I think that he really wants them to take a stab at getting Woodlawn and defending Woodlawn and making their shots.
Very true. However, we have talked a lot about the depth of the players on the team. Like even going down the roster, there's plenty of great players. So I think that even if those starters do lose their steam, there's plenty of good players, reserves that can step in there and do just as well of a job once the other girls start getting tired.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And I'm kind of curious if Coach Waller keeps these girls in for longer than he normally does. Is this going to tire them out more for whenever the next time he subs them in and stuff like that? I guess we'll have to see.
Yes.
You can tell Woodlawn practices handling the ball. They're very swift with the way they move. They stay low to the ground. Excellent pass to Julia Hausauer. And the shots are just not going in for Eshe today.
Eshe's field goal percentage as a team is usually about 36.9%, but I think after these first 5 minutes, I think that's going to start to go down if they can't turn that around real quick.
Yeah. Wow, and intercepted by number 3 for Woodlawn. That would be Mariah Scott.
Who takes the shot mid-air and makes it. The score is now Woodlawn 9, SJA 2.
We've talked a lot about Coach Waller kind of playing to the team that he is playing against. However, tonight it kind of feels like SJ is doing the same routine we've seen with these easier teams that they've played so far. And I think that Coach Waller might need to switch it up a little bit so that he can really, really see some winning in this game.
Yes. Woodlawn had a player, number 11, Layla Turner, a junior. She is in the locker room for an injury. So replacing her, I believe, is number 12, Zachariah Howard. And Evelyn Osborne makes her first appearance into the game.
That's right.
And we're actually going to get to talk to her at the end of the game, so make sure you stay tuned for that.
That's right. Other than Evelyn, I believe that everyone else is still the same starters from the beginning of the game.
Yes.
SJ now has 4 fouls this quarter, 1 more, and they're already in the bonus round, which just gives Woodlawn those extra free points.
Now in are Braylon Valenti and Emma Wilson. Coming out are Kendall Daly and Bryn Chapaton.
We talked a little bit about this dynamic duo between Emma Wilson and Evelyn Osborne. So now that they're both in the court, I guess we'll get to see how they kind of interact and work together to really bring this team to victory.
Yes, hopefully they can start something up here. And a travel there by Emma Wilson. One too many steps. It's the tight and intense defense from Woodlawn that's allowing for these just mental little errors to happen.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Woodlawn's kind of putting this mental pressure on them more than they're not necessarily, well, they are, but blocking those shots physically, but also mentally. A lot of these shots that are taken are just mentally blocked by this perception of Woodlawn being better.
And it's good by Emma Wilson. Cutting the lead a little, giving the Redstickers 8. About 20 seconds left to go in this first quarter.
And if you'll notice, that was actually a three-pointer by Emma Wilson. And she actually leads the team in three-pointers, scoring about 34.2% of their 3 points. This game is moving fast. Make sure you stay tuned to see how it ends. It could be literally anyone's game. Both teams are highly competitive this season.
Yes, that does conclude our first quarter. Redstickers 8, Lady Panthers 14. I'm going to take about a 2-minute break here.
And for those of you who tuned in last game, SJA was losing a little bit, but came back in the end really to score and win their 19th game. So I'm curious to see if that's what will happen this time.
If you've been keeping up with us, you know that Coach Waller has his, famous lucky pants. And, we have to give you our daily pants update. So he, again, has not washed those since November 24th. And the team has also not lost a game since then. So that was the beginning of their 19-game winning streak.
That's right. And today is actually day 67 of not washing his pants.
No pun intended.
I guess the upside if SJ loses this game is Coach Waller's pants will finally get washed.
Yes, but we hope that they don't.
Absolutely.
Tight defense there by Braylon Valenti. Puts the pressure on.
Another thing that's kind of interesting that I've noticed is SJ players are ending up on the floor a lot tonight.
Yes.
That's what, the third time that someone has tripped or fallen this game.
And a layup there, putting the Panthers up 16-8 here. The Redstickers really need to start making those shots that they're taking in order to start cutting this lead, this deficit to the Lady Panthers.
That's right. This only makes me wonder what Coach Waller is going to change after halftime, what he's going to talk to his players about, because I think that something needs to change, whether it's going faster, whether it's changing a little bit of their offense strategy, defense strategy, just something I think kind of needs to change so that SJ can get in the mental and physical space to really bring home the win tonight.
Yes, Kendall Daly now in the game for Braylon Valenti. Kinley Massett is also in the game. She's the player that read the prayer to us before the game.
Excellent steal by Evelyn Osborne. And Evelyn Osborne will now be shooting 2 free throws.
Eligas Clare comes out of the game. Adelaide Sanchez goes back in.
SJ receives the rebound. Evelyn Osborne back with the ball in her hands.
Adelaide Sanchez trying to pass to Kinley Massett, but it's intercepted. Lady Panthers trying to find someone open.
I think one of SJ's main defense problems tonight is the overcrowding. They tend to kind of overcrowd in this one space. Whoever has the ball, they all try to team up on this one person. And I think that it's giving that person space to pass it to the other player. So they really, really need to focus on that man-to-man defense if they want a chance of succeeding.
Excellent shot there by Emma Wilson. Kind of going back to what you were saying, I agree. I kind of feel like the ball is kind of like a magnet in a bad way for the Redstickers and in a good way for the Lady Panthers. The Lady Panthers keep like finding ways to intercept the ball and get it and get in the way and get those rebounds, whereas the Redstickers kind of seem to be going towards it on the defensive end.
Right.
And as you said, double guarding and even triple guarding around the ball whenever there's open defenders all over the place.
Absolutely. You can see Coach Waller talking to his team. His players seem worn out a little more than usual, but hopefully this doesn't knock them too much out of the game.
Unfortunately, our cheerleaders and Red Steppers are not going to be here tonight for a halftime performance because they are both competing at Nationals this weekend at the ESPN Wide World of Sports Complex at Walt Disney World. And cheer competed today, and they're going to continue to compete tomorrow. I know they did really well is what I heard. I didn't actually get to see their routine, but I know they did really well. And they're hoping to clinch that first place win tomorrow.
Yeah.
The Red Steppers, on the other hand, are competing today through Sunday. And our principal, Mrs. Andrew Kane, is there, as well as our athletic director, Ms. Hart. So hopefully they're also bringing our fellow classmates some luck all the way in Disney.
Some sticker fire, if you will.
Yes, some sticker fire. We need some sticker fire on this basketball court right now is what we need.
Mm-hmm.
In the hands of Kendall Daly. Bryn Chapeton's going to bring it down the court.
throughout the game, SJ is kind of learning how to navigate this defense. Woodlawn's tending to do a little bit more zone than man-to-man, so they're able to be almost everywhere at once, and SJ is learning how to really navigate through that tunnel. Here we see SJ with a more zone defense. Sorry, more man-to-man defense.
Was that the shot clock running out? Is that a rule here?
I'm not exactly sure. I'm sorry.
Either way, the Redstickers now take it down the court. Evelyn Osborne finds Kendall Daly. They pass it around. Coach Waller telling his team to go towards the goal instead of just passing it around outside the three-point line. I agree. I think the Lady Panthers are doing a great job defending inside the key and keeping them away from the goal, so they may have to take a riskier and harder shot.
Absolutely. It's a really good strategy. Obviously, not if we want our team to win, but it's a good strategy for the defensive team.
And Evelyn Osborne ends up on the ground. Lady Panthers are going to take the ball down the court. Bren Chapaton there.
That round kind of surprised me. I thought that at some point Woodlawn would steal the ball. That's what they've been doing this entire game. They kind of tried to speed up the game.
Yes, I agree.
Whereas that last round kind of was just SJ passing back and forth that entire time until Evelyn Osborne fell. Something I'm noticing a little bit different is SJ is kind of trying to get away from the defenders, whereas Woodlawn, when on offense, they're just pushing through the defenders.
I agree.
I think that's also what's getting them a lot more of these free throws. They're able to push through, get that shot up, even if it's not made.
Number 34, Genesia Youth, I believe, senior for the Lady Panthers, is going to take a shot at the free throw line.
SJ has begun to catch up. Only 6 points behind now. 3 more baskets, and SJ is right tied with the Lady Panthers. And that is a good shot for Bryn Chapaton.
Tight pressure there defensively by Bryn Chapaton and Kendall Daly. However, doubling up on a defender leaves another offensive player open right under the goal in this case. And number 34 for the Lady Panthers is able to make the shot.
Right.
And an excellent three right there by Kinley Massett.
Like I said earlier, Woodlawn is really, really good at handling the ball, at passing it to the teammates, discreet passes, quick passes. They're very good at speed. That is one of the best things that I've seen Woodlawn do in terms of handling the ball, as well as just keeping it low, keeping it out of reach from their opponents.
Yes, SJA now has 4 fouls in the quarter, Woodlawn with 2.
Both teams are a lot more aggressive this game, especially with SJ than we've seen in the past. SJ is really, really coming on these offensive players, really trying to guard their shot. And another shot for SJA. At this rate, honestly, I could see SJA coming back.
I could too, and I hope to see it before halftime so that they can even, break away more so. SJA has 10 points this quarter as opposed to Woodlawn 7, and I believe most of Woodlawn's are actually from free throws, not even actually shots from in or outside the key.
I agree. I think Woodlawn's just taking a lot more shots
Yes.
rather than making them in on their first try. Kendall Daly with the ball. Wow, excellent steal, back and forth steal.
The Redstickers are just 1 point away from matching Woodlawn right now.
That's an excellent comeback from even the first quarter where Woodlawn was double what SJA had.
And sometimes even more. I mean, I think the Lady Panthers really came out fighting, but I think that's may have dwindled a little since then. Either that or SJA really has stepped up.
Yeah, I think especially as SJA players learn their opponents, they start to play in ways to defend against their opponents.
Yes. Evelyn Osborne fouled on that shot attempt. She now will get a chance at the free throw line. And the score is now tied.
You can see these mental barriers breaking as well with Evelyn scoring her free throws that she hadn't scored before. I think now they're starting to become a little bit more comfortable on the court.
Yes. I mean, there is a lot of pressure that comes with playing your first district game. Woodlawn, as we said, the state runner-up the past 2 years. So, it's going to be a good game. And a lot of times you have those nerves, and you just have to get out there and kind of put all of that aside and just play your game.
Right.
The Panthers just finally got it in after multiple rebounds.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we've been talking about. The Lady Panthers just keep shooting the ball, and I think that's something that SJA hasn't been doing. And if they have, the Lady Panthers are right back there to get the rebound on that ball. I think for the next quarter and for the next half, SJA can really, really work on their rebounding.
I agree. 15 seconds left to go in this first half. Redstickers hoping to hold them. Jump ball called with 2.1 seconds left.
Both teams are getting into their positions. You can tell Woodlawn's a little bit more tired, breathing heavier.
Yeah. And after our first half, Woodlawn Lady Panthers lead 23-21 over the Redstickers. Here in a moment, we're going to get to talk to head coach Tim Waller. Can't wait to see what he has to say about the girls' performance thus far and what he hopes to see change in the second half. Okay, looks like we're about to get Coach Waller mic'd up here. Hi, Coach Waller.
Hi, Coach Waller.
How's it going on? How y'all doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Great. Awesome. What a game, huh?
Yes.
Very competitive. Look, Woodlawn, as I stated earlier before, really good team, always well prepared, play really tough and physical. We're having a tough time just kind of keeping them off the boards. That was one of the keys to the game, try to win the rebounding battle. But I like where we're at with regards to the score, but there's obviously some areas that we need to improve on in regards to our offensive efficiency.
So going back to that rebounding, what could you tell your team in halftime to kind of improve their rebounds for the next half?
We got to be the aggressor there. We can't watch the ball or watch the flight of the ball. We've got to know when the ball is in the air, and we have to go meet players in a black jersey outside the paint, right? We got to escape the paint. We got to go and challenge them. We got to be the aggressor in that situation. So that'll be one of the messages, one of the keys that we need to try to help ourselves, hopefully come out with a victory in the second half. But we need to do a better job rebounding. But again, I like where we're at as far as the score. Woodlawn's a very good basketball team. They're back-to-back years of runner-up in Division I Select. So we're trying to crown that mountain and hopefully be, in their position one day. So this is a really good test for us right now.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you hope to see more from your offense or defense in the next half?
A little of both, honestly. We've got 21 points. We've had to earn every point that we've gotten, but we've given up 23 points, right? So I'd like, a little bit of both, honestly, to be able to capitalize on some things around the rim for us offensively and defensively, try to limit their, easy opportunities and layups. They got a couple of easy layup opportunities there because we just wasn't in a correct position scrambling wise to go rebound.
Yeah, well, we'll let you go give your team this advice. Have a great game.
Great. Appreciate you, ladies. Thanks for being here. Stick to greatness.
All right, we're going to go ahead and throw it to break since we don't have any halftime entertainment. So we will see you after this. And we are back. Brent Shabaton's going to start it off, passing it around. We kind of touched on one key to the game, the rebounding with Coach Waller. Another one that we had, every single week is the race in space.
Absolutely.
What are your thoughts on the race in space? I feel like they haven't really done it as much so far. If anything, I feel like Woodlawn is the one getting to the goal a lot faster. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. However, I think especially with this team that they're playing now, it's more difficult too. Woodlawn's quick. They're fast. They can get to that goal just as quickly as SJA can on a fast break. And so I think it makes it a lot more challenging for that race in space to happen.
Yes, excellently said.
And point scored by Woodlawn.
Wow. And a three-pointer, a quick turnaround right there. Thank you, Elegance Claire, for that.
I think these three-pointers are really what's going to save SJA if they can just sink them in every single time.
I agree. It'd be really interesting to see the comparison between taken and made free throws between both teams, because I definitely think SJA has made way more than Woodlawn. Would you agree?
Mm-hmm. Free throws or three-pointers?
Three-pointers.
Oh, yeah. I think that's something that would help Coach Waller out right now is we know all of these players are good on defense, right? All of SJA, he works tirelessly with them.
Yes.
But if he can put in the girls that are really good at making their three-pointers, he's golden. And a point on the board for Woodlawn.
I know we've kind of touched on this before, but this past week at SJA was Catholic Schools Week. So we, on different days, had different things to celebrate. I know the Sisters of St. Joseph came by for lunch one day. I know we had teacher appreciation cards you could write today at lunch. And on Wednesday, I went to the Diocesan Catholic Schools Mass, which was actually really cool. It was at the St. Joseph's Cathedral downtown, and there were probably about a dozen or so priests there.
Wow.
Yeah, and the bishop was there, and he said Mass, and it was really cool. There were about, 5 to 8 students from each school that attended. They were mostly elementary and middle schools with a couple of high schools.
Mm-hmm.
But it was fun.
Yeah, I heard of a lot of teachers getting recognized for their however many years in the Catholic school system, which I think is so cool and so important because it really shows how many teachers are able to stick with this and commit to helping these students grow, not only in their academics, but also in their faith.
Yes. PE coach Amanda Henley, she was recognized for 10 years, I believe. Theology teacher Miss Methvin, she was recognized for, I want to say 30 years.
Wow.
Maybe that's not right, but that's something like that. And then our president, Miss Jan Green, she was also recognized for, I'm not sure if it was for a number of years or if it was just for service, because she, I think, is retiring at the end of this school year.
Yeah.
But we love Miss Green.
We do. Every day she comes to school in her little suits.
Yes, she has the most iconic suits ever.
Absolutely. SJA will now throw in the ball. Wow, half-court pass to Ella Gisclair. And
she
it's
makes
good.
the layup. I think that makes Ella Gisclair's 9th point of the game.
Wow.
Making her a very big scorer this game for the Redstickers. And shooting foul there. I want to say against Braylon Valenti. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I didn't exactly see the numbers.
Number 33 for the Lady Panthers is a junior. First free throw is no good. Kinley Massett and Evelyn Osborne now take the court. Adelaide Sanchez and Bryn Chapaton coming off.
One thing I noticed in particular about Evelyn, not only is she good on offense, but on defense, especially in that forward position defense, she is extremely aggressive. She's right on that player. We've seen multiple steals from her tonight just because she's so aggressive with that.
And it looks like a traveling was called against Evelyn Osborne. However, she seemed to be on the ground whenever it happened. I'm not quite sure. It's harder to see from where I am than I guess where the refs are.
Well, the thing about traveling is if you have the ball, you have to dribble it while standing up. You can't just stand up with the ball in your hand, so it'll count as a travel if she did that. I didn't see the exact move she did.
Evelyn Osborne overthrows her pass to Ella Gisclair there. I think the Red Stickers need to regroup really quickly so that they keep Woodlawn under control.
Mm-hmm. Woodlawn's definitely got a lot of their momentum back, so it's really just about tiring them out as well, which SJ was doing very well in the second quarter. So we'll see if they get that back within the last few bits of the third quarter and even into the fourth. And that was a shooting foul.
Another shooting foul called against Braylon Valenti, I think. I think Braylon is just playing with such intensity down near the goal.
Even in previous games, we've seen Braylon get very intense, very aggressive against these opponents.
Yes.
Even to the point where we've talked to Coach about how he subs his players out just to make sure that they don't foul out. Obviously, he's mentioned that he trusts the players as well, but just to make sure that these girls don't get
right.
Excellent three-pointer once again by number 10, Emma Wilson. Like I said earlier, she is our reigning three-point champ, basically, for this team.
Panthers up 34-29. Redstickers looking to put some big points on the board here. Shot is short and in the hands of now number 3 for the Lady Panthers, who takes it all the way down. And will she now get free throws as well?
She will. We don't have the exact angle of what happened there, but I wasn't aware of anything too bad happening, but I guess she will.
Pushing, maybe?
It could be anything.
That puts the Redstickers at 3 fouls now, I believe, while Woodlawn doesn't have any.
And you can see Woodlawn is back to double manning. What happened there, SJA couldn't get the ball back because it would have been offside, so she kind of had to give it to Woodlawn in a way and then would have had to take it back, but that just wasn't going to work.
I agree. Coach Waller, rightfully so, calling a timeout here, kind of getting his girls to regroup.
Yeah. Also happening at SJA is the Black Box musical for this year. It is Pippin, a story about a boy in the circus life who kind of has struggles with family and friends and relationships. It is open for student previews in mid-March, and rehearsals are actually underway now. I'm actually part of the cast as a member of the band of players,
Okay.
and we open mid-March.
Okay, everyone, let's go see Ava and Pippin in March.
Yeah, there's so many talented people. We've started musical rehearsals, and we've really gotten to learn all about what this musical is really about, and it's definitely interesting. So come, bring your friends, bring your family, and come see it.
I'm actually looking forward to it. I do want to come see it.
Yeah, you can get your school tickets on School Cash Online.
Is it the last Black Box performance of the year?
It is. Black Box does a fall play, then they do a talent night as like a little fundraiser, and then they also do the spring musical. Yeah, this will be my last show ever as a Redsticker.
How do you feel? Are you a little sad? Bittersweet?
Yeah, it's a little bit bittersweet.
Mm-hmm. I think that's how a lot of things are going to start to feel this semester.
Mm-hmm.
Ava and I think we've said this before, but are both seniors here. And all the senior festivities are going to soon come up before we know it.
Mm-hmm. And that was a foul called on Woodlawn. I thought against Ella Gisclair, however, it seems...
Coach Waller seems to be bringing a towel to the court. Is there something?
Unless there might be some water spilled on the court that we just aren't able to see.
What?
We still aren't exactly sure what that is or what happened in that situation.
Looks like assistance from a fan. Ella Gisclair's dad is coming onto the court to sweep something off of the court. I really don't know. But I'm glad that they're taking care of it so that we can continue to play safely.
Oh, no harm. It was just an ice chest leak. That's all it was.
Yes, it was water. Do not fret.
Yes. That was scary for a moment.
Well, I wasn't quite sure what they were doing, but like no one looked hurt or anything, so I didn't think it was blood or anything. That
Right.
Bad. Eshe with 4 fouls, Woodlawn with 1.
And
excellent 3-pointer there by Evelyn Osborne.
I think this is also part of kind of Coach Waller's plan. We just saw, who was it that had the ball? I don't exactly remember who had the ball, but immediately passed to Evelyn Osborne, who was wide open. Kinley Massett with the layup. Evelyn Osborne with the rebound.
And Emma Wilson with the 3-pointer. This timeout, I think, is just what the Redstickers needed to do a change of momentum here.
I'm telling you, and both of those 3 points were freshmen on the team.
The 2 freshmen that we're going to get to talk to at the end of the game.
Yes.
So I can't wait to ask them about it.
Their first season ever as a Redsticker, and they're doing amazing so far. Kinley Massett has the ball, but a travel was called on her. That would have been perfect if only she hadn't taken a few extra steps. It went right in.
Momentum steps, probably. Just
Probably.
quite unfortunate.
Like I said earlier, Evelyn Osborne is right on her man, playing so aggressively. She's ready to get that ball away from her at any chance she gets. You can see Coach Waller here. He's really into this game, really trying to see what he needs to work on with his players for this 4th quarter. And honestly, that's really what it's going to come down to. This 4th quarter, it's going to be so close until we finally get to the 0 seconds left in the game, and that's when we'll know.
45 seconds left to go here in this third quarter. A couple player changes there by Woodlawn.
You can see Woodlawn kind of weaving through those opponents. That's another thing they've been good at, especially this entire game, is weaving through until they get right to that three-point line. Then they just straight shot it for the goal.
Yes. Travel called there. Coach Wallers will progress in this very close, very intense game, getting very expressive. Rightfully so. His heart is truly into this game.
Mm-hmm.
He knows how important it is. He knows how hard these girls are working.
Yeah. It's interesting because there's been so many travels tonight, which is something that we don't really see often. It kind of makes me wonder if maybe both teams are kind of mentally nervous, so they're traveling more, or if it's literally just, like you said earlier, those momentum steps where they're just moving at such fast paces this game where it just,
yes,
they can't help it.
The adrenaline just takes them, yes.
Yeah. Saved by Evelyn Osborne, but not before the bell.
And that concludes our third quarter here. Hey, if you are interested in coming to SJA next year, be on the lookout for your acceptance letters that are being mailed out in 3 days on February 2nd. Look for a big red envelope that's going to be mailed out. Look for it in your mailbox.
Yeah, some other stuff happening at SJA. Gymnastics is currently practicing and getting ready for their season. Their first meet is March 7th. The tennis team also had their first meet, I believe, last night.
They did.
And I heard it went well. Yeah.
Yes.
And something else, SJA Golf starts their season on Thursday at Brex Webb Memorial Golf Course at 3 p.m. So if you're a golf fan, make sure you check it out.
Soccer is also competing right now against St. Thomas More at the Burbank Soccer Complex, and it's their final regular season game. And playoff pairings for them will be announced on Tuesday.
Wow.
I know, and then first round of playoffs for them begins Wednesday, so very quick turnaround. Not much time to adjust to your opponent.
Yeah. I'm interested. I don't know too much about soccer. I know a lot less about soccer than I do basketball.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure how they would need to adjust to that, but I'm sure they'll do amazing as they have been this entire season.
Yes, check them out.
Evelyn Osborne taking the ball down very slow. And she's up for the layup, and it was right in the goal. Excellent shot. She had about 3 girls defending her.
Yes.
And still managed to get that in that goal.
Closing this gap here, Woodlawn only leads by 2 now. At number 33 for the Lady Panthers is often put right under the goal, and they just basically hand or lightly pass her the ball, and she just charges up towards the goal and is able to put it up there.
Right.
So I think if the Redstickers can figure out how to stop her and stop that from happening in the next, 6 minutes and 50 seconds, then that would be great.
Sorry, not to cut you off, but excellent block by Kendall Daly. She went right up for that shot, and Kendall just swiped that out of her hands.
Excellent. 2-pointer right there by Evelyn Osborne.
That's right. The morale on this gym is practically tangible. It is so hype in here. excited. The fans are really nervous. Both teams' fans are really nervous to see how this could play out. SJ's parents and fans are really excited about it.
It's anyone's game here with over 6 minutes left to go. Ball's taken down the court quickly by Kinley Massett, who finds Evelyn Osborne. And Kinley Massett puts the Redstickers tied with the Lady Panthers.
And that is a timeout. No, something that happened there, which I thought was kind of interesting, was it seemed that as Evelyn was sort of open for the shot, yet she passed it back to Kinley. Not only that, but instead of just shooting it from the three-pointer line, Kinley took a few steps forward. I wonder if this is just to get in her range of comfortableness, or if it was just kind of a way to make sure that the guards didn't get on her too fast.
Yeah.
You can see Coach Waller showing his girls how they need to be defending, how they need to be rebounding and blocking out those players.
Let's see how they utilize Woodlawn's timeout here.
One of the biggest things that you can do in a game like this, in a sport like this, where you're playing with the team, but also you have to make sure that you're pulling your own weight, is communication. And you can see these girls, they're talking in a huddle, they're communicating with each other, making sure that each one of them knows what they're supposed to do so that they can bring it home for the team.
Yes.
Big man-to-man defense here.
Adelaide Sanchez playing close defense. Jump ball called there. Excellent defense there by Adelaide Sanchez. That's the fight what you need to see later on in these close games.
Mm-hmm. And that I'm now noticing, I don't know how I didn't notice this before, but the score is now tied 41-41, which for being a tied game is very high.
Yeah.
Usually you might see, especially with really big opponents like this, you might see it in the 20s, in the lower 30s, but 41 is extremely high for such a competitive game.
Yeah, so I think that goes back to all the three-pointers that SJ has made, as well as the free throws from Woodlawn.
Mm-hmm. SJ getting open. No one really has an open shot. Kendall Daly a little bit, but those defenders are right on her again. An excellent throw up by Kendall Daly. This is what we like to see. We like to see them charging at the goal, whether they make it or not, because chances are those defenders are going to foul them.
Yes.
And so it allows them to get those free throws.
And you could see it in Kendall's eyes before she took that.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent there, putting the Redstickers on top, 42-41.
And I believe this is the first time in the game that they have the lead.
I think you're right, yes.
Let's see if they can keep it this way.
Excellent there by Kendall Daly.
Kendall Daly, the only senior on the team. She's had a lot of practice with these free throws, especially because this. Oh, wow.
Coach Waller really excited about that call.
You can tell even the players are extreme, like the adrenaline is rushing.
Yes. And whenever you have such high team chemistry that these girls do, it just makes these high intense games and these small achievements in these games so much bigger.
Yeah.
In the Redstickers locker room, there's messages on the mirror that say, like, I heart my team and let's go win, stickers are red hot, things like that are just very encouraging and I think really help with this team chemistry in these games.
Mm-hmm. And a charge called on Evelyn Osborne. Again, we're not at the angle that the refs are, and it doesn't seem that Coach Waller necessarily understood that. A little mix-up, but the Redstickers are back in the game, ready to get those rebounds.
Ball in the hands of Bryn Chapaton.
Kendall Daly's open. Let's see if she goes for the shot.
Adelaide Sanchez there for the rebound.
I believe that was out on the Lady Panthers.
Ella Gisclair will come in for Evelyn Osborne. And Lady Panthers will sub in number 11 for number 12. Number 11 was a starter who was a junior.
You can tell these girls take a little bit of time just to kind of recollect themselves before they decide to make a move.
And Ella Gisclair fouled on her way up to the goal. She will now get 2 free throws. Kendall Daly was going to take a shot, but then found Bryn Chapaton right under the goal and made the decision in like half a second. I think that is just very important, obviously, having those quick instincts, but also just like trusting that like your teammate is there, she can get the job done.
Yeah. One of the main things that you learn in basketball, you learn that there's 3 things you can do. Take a shot, pass it to your teammate, or dribble the ball. And it's really just about taking those important decisions and taking that little bit of time to decide which of those 3 things you're going to do at that moment, noticing the court and all around you, and seeing who's open, if you can pass it, or if you need to dribble it or take a shot.
Redstickers up 44-41 as we approach 4 minutes left in the game.
And that was a travel on the Lady Panthers.
The Redstickers have been averaging about 56.7 points per game. And so the fact that they now have, less than 10 of that, again, I guess just goes to show again how good the defense is from Woodlawn and how they're putting that pressure on.
Yeah, and you can see Woodlawn's defense, well, not right now, but earlier, Woodlawn's defense, they're putting their hands in. They're moving their hands a lot more. They're putting their hands by the ball, trying as hard as they can to sweep that ball away. And I think that's a lot of the reason that they've been getting these steals. Wow, 1 point difference. Timeout.
Called by Coach Waller.
It's stressful, folks.
It is indeed.
You can see it in Coach Waller's face. You can see it in all these girls' faces. You can even see it in the fans. Everyone is so stressed, so worried to see how this will turn out.
Yes. A little note about Evelyn Osborne and Emma Wilson, the freshmen that we're going to get to talk to later. They have been teammates and playing basketball together their whole lives. They both attended Our Lady of Mercy for middle and elementary school, and they played basketball there together. And Coach Waller actually first noticed their basketball abilities at the sizzling summer camp basketball session. So that is what started their careers at SJA basketball.
Yeah, wow.
I actually went to those sizzling summer SJA camps here.
Really?
I did.
Oh.
I went to one where we learned geography and cool cities in the world. I did one where we played games and one where we did crafts. Yeah. And then I did volleyball as well and softball.
Yeah, I wish I could. I could never do it because a lot of the ones, I guess at the time, were just half day. And so my parents could never pick me up or anything like that.
My mom went to SJA, and so she was very big on oh yeah, let's go support my alma mater.
It's really going to come down to these last-minute shots. Like I said earlier, there's 3 choices you can make, and so I think SJ really just needs to take those shots and make that choice to try and put as many shots up as they can. Something that comes with that, though, is making sure that you can get the rebound. And in a game this close with so many rebounds given up to Woodlawn already, it might not be a risk that Coach Waller is willing to take.
And another timeout called, I think this time by the Woodlawn bench.
Wow, one of the perks of saving your timeouts to the end. Yeah, it was Woodlawn. And in case you were interested in any SJA camps, SJ will have SJA Volley Girl, a one-day clinic on February 18th, which is Ash Wednesday. It's open to girls from grades 4 through 8 with any level of volleyball experience. It focuses on developing fundamental skills, improving techniques, and applying skills through drills and gameplay. It's led by SJA volleyball coach Donna Pixley, and registration is now open at sizzlingsummer.org. Hey, maybe Coach Donna will recognize you and you'll be on the volleyball team next year at SJA.
Yes, come check it out. You never know. Start your athletic journey here at SJA early at one of the camps.
Yeah. I believe that was a foul.
I think you're right.
I'm not exactly sure. I didn't exactly see it, however. Oh, wow. Something to note is Woodlawn has 4 fouls on the board, while SJ only has 2 this quarter.
Yes.
And the ball is back in SJA's possession.
On the night tonight, I believe Evelyn Osborne is our leading scorer.
I believe so too.
Less than 2 minutes left to go here in our game. It doesn't get much closer than this.
Woodlawn's handling the ball, trying to kind of make their plays, decide what to do. There's 3 decisions to make. Something that Woodlawn is really good at as well is communication. You can tell that even just in their motions that they make towards one another, that is their form of communication, and that's their signal. Okay, I'm open. Pass it to me. I've got this. And they're really good at being able to kind of give out the plays and help everyone. Or everyone's able to help the team.
I agree. It seems Woodlawn is trying to hold the ball a lot to run a lot of time down, which, I mean, that could benefit you if your game goes one way. But if the Redstickers come here and they can get a good shot on the board, then they may regret that later on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely not necessarily the smartest thing, especially because SJA is winning at the moment.
Yes, I agree. Now SJA trying to run some of the time down while the Woodlawn defenders are tight on their tracks.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not sure if it's them purposefully running the time down either. Woodlawn is extremely defensive and aggressive. As we can see right here, they're ready to get that win, and it seems like they'll do almost anything to get it. 21 seconds left. A lot can happen in 21 seconds. Evelyn Osborne shooting her free throw.
SJA is in the bonus.
That's right. And if she makes this, it can give SJ a little bit of a cushion just in case Woodlawn does get that rebound.
It all comes down to these last few seconds.
Let's see if SJ can hold them off.
Coach Waller, I believe, called that timeout.
I believe so too. This is very stressful. Even I'm nervous. I'm shaking.
Excuse me, the Lady Panthers called that. But
Oh,
yes, this is so stressful. This is about as high intensity as it gets. First district game. You are up by 1 point.
It's such a competitive team. The adrenaline's pumping already just because of the competitive nature of this.
There's 10 seconds left. Everything up for the game comes down to this.
Oh, this is nerve-wracking.
This is very, very nerve-wracking. SJA's next game is next Tuesday, February 3rd against Zachary. It is also a district game. And Woodlawn is the state runner-up last year, while Zachary is the defending state champion. So another tough game next week.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to watch. If they're holding their own this much against Woodlawn, it's cool to see how much they'll hold their own against Zachary, or if they will.
Yes, I agree.
Fingers crossed, of course. You can see Coach Waller telling them the plays that he wants to run in the next 10 seconds.
It comes down to these last 10.8 seconds here.
One of the biggest things about basketball is it's such a back and forth goes in.
And it seems like a shooting foul has just been against number 33 for the Lady Panthers. Ooh, I hate to see it come down to free throws. Does the clock run during free throws?
No. You can hear the gym very loud.
Okay, first one is no good, meaning the Panthers cannot win on these free throws alone. Another timeout called here by Coach Waller. Like you said, great use of the timeouts that they've been saving the whole game. Oh my goodness, if we thought it was intense before, well, 3.8 seconds left to go.
Oh, dang, this is scary. But you can see the players don't seem extremely phased. They're locked in until the end. You can see that it looks like all they're thinking about is just focusing on what Coach Waller has to say, which is extremely important as a team. To not get too ahead of yourself, to not think you're going to win too early or not think you're going to lose too early, because you really just have to stay in it towards the end. I mean, we're seeing that now. It looked like SJ was going to lose up until this very last minute, or at least last quarter.
I agree. I think that despite how nerve-wracking this is, their nerves do not seem racked. They are very calm. But I am shaking in my seat to see how this happens.
They might be calm, but I'm not.
And the free throw was good. Game is tied 44-44. Another timeout is called by SJA. This is so nerve-wracking. So now the score is tied 44-44.
Honestly, though, if SJA can get someone on Woodlawn to foul them,
then I think
they have a good shot. They do.
I think so too. Their free throw percentage as a team is about 2/3 of the time they make their shots.
Yeah, and we've talked to Coach Waller before. He really focuses on working with those girls and their free throws. So if he can just get one of those girls to be fouled.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, this is really scary.
I know. Coach Waller has the whiteboard drawing out his game plan. Timeout's about to be over. For all the marbles. And the music is just really adding to the dramatic effect. I was just thinking that. And even earlier, whenever it was like kind of calm in here, it was like, ooh. Yeah. And like, I was like, oh my gosh. Really setting the scene. Prince Chapaton with the ball.
That was a very interesting play to note here.
Oh, and a buzzer beater by Evelyn Osborne, however, does not make it in.
That's right.
So I believe we will be going into overtime. This is the first overtime that we have covered here. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
This is so intense. There's going to be a 5-minute overtime.
Yikes. You can tell the audience is also on the edge of their seats. They're ready. They want to see how well SJ can do in this last 5 minutes.
Yes. I wonder, do you think SJ is going to stay in the bonus?
I believe it would reset. It doesn't. Yeah, it resets. So in these 5 minutes, SJ would have to get back into the bonus. And, you know, what they had to do last time was very difficult as well. They had 3 seconds left to get that ball down the court. And I think that they did a great job with it. I mean, something that we've never really seen before from SJ. They threw it while out of bounds to another player just to make sure that that other player could throw it in.
Yes. That was a very good play call by Coach Waller in that last play.
Yeah, it was an interesting tactic.
Yes.
Oh, it is now 4 minutes overtime rather than 5. And I believe if they're still tied,
the fouls and bonus are actually going to stay the same. And each team has 1 timeout to use in this 4-minute overtime. So let's see what they can do with the bonus that SJ has and the 1 timeout that each coach has.
I think that Coach Waller could really, really use this to his advantage, especially since the other team isn't in timeout. In bonus. Usually when we see teams like this that are so competitive, so aggressive, both sides are in bonus at this point in the game, but they're not. So we'll see how Coach Waller uses this to his advantage or if he does at all.
Lady Panthers win the tip-off. Evelyn Osborne with close defense on her. Kendall Daly taking over momentarily. Really, really good defense so far. I feel like the Panthers are almost not scared, but to get it into the paint.
Point on the board for the Lady Panthers. If SJ can honestly just get one of those 3-pointers in, we know Evelyn Osborne, this is one of her specialties is these 3-pointers. But let's see if Woodlawn has noticed that or if she's going to be able to get open and be free to take that shot.
Yes.
Her team seems to be passing her the ball a lot.
Ella gets clear to the...
And it was a foul. So Ella Claire will get to take a shot. Like I said, Coach Waller could really, really use this to his advantage here.
And it's good. Currently in for the Redstickers are Adelaide Sanchez, Ella Claire, Bryn Chapaton, Kendall Daly, and Evelyn Osborne. And it's also good. Tying the score at 46-46. This is such a close game.
Wow.
You can also hear how into it the fans are getting because as the girls go to make their free throws, they're making noise. They're trying to distract them, get in their heads. However, Ella Claire handled that with such grace.
She did.
And a rebound gives Lady Panthers an opportunity for putting 2 more points on the board. Ball in the hands of Bryn Chapaton.
Some tight defense from Woodlawn.
She tries to pass to Evelyn Osborne. Fortunately, it's out of bounds. I mean, it's in the hands of a Lady Panthers girl. $2:15 left on the game clock.
Oh, because they're up, now is the time that they're kind of choosing to.
Oh. And it looks like a shooting foul was called. Well.
You can hear Coach Waller telling his team to block out. That's one of the best tactics to get that rebound away from these girls, especially because a lot of Woodlawn's team is bigger, taller girls, and a lot of Eshe being such young
Players.
lower classmen, players. They're not as tall. They're not as big and tall yet.
I don't know what's happening, but one of the Woodlawn girls has a finger or hand problem. Just getting it clean, maybe. Lady Panthers are now up 50-46. However, there are 2 minutes and 10 seconds left to go, so there is plenty of time for
Absolutely.
the Redstickers to come back here.
Like I said earlier, with basketball, you just really never know what's going to happen. Something could change just like that. The biggest thing here is the Redstickers can't lose morale. They can't see this team losing and get scared or think, oh, well, we should just give up.
And these shots just aren't going in for the Redstickers. For a moment there, they had Evelyn Osborne double guarded. That is not who you want to have the ball in the hands of. Kendall Daly takes it down. Finds Ella Gisclair.
Oh, wow.
Who, as she's going up, is like really fouled. And
Ella Gisclair, she made her free throws in the past. This is stressful for literally anyone, much less a sophomore on the team, but we'll see if she handles it.
it's all right. Take two right here.
I think one of the biggest misconceptions with both teams, at least their audience, is that they need peace and quiet.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally just muscle memory. It's
Yes.
not necessarily about a quiet gym or having quiet everywhere. It's being in your own mental space, and I feel like you can do that with any. Honestly, the drumming of bleachers even makes that easier to focus in because it's kind of like a white noise, like,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
that kind of vibe.
If you know how to stay in your own game, then you are not influenced by the outside noise.
Yeah. If Eshe can just put one more three-pointer on the board, they are golden.
Panthers use their one and only timeout of overtime. There's a minute and 13 left to go in this overtime period. Oh my gosh. Excuse me, they have two timeouts.
If you stayed around this long, thank you so much. We appreciate you. We didn't expect it to go into overtime either, so.
Yes, thanks for sticking along.
Yeah. Lady Panthers are passing it in.
Again to that number 33, I believe, right under the goal. Seems like they're, again, taking that tactic as they want to hold the ball.
It kind of seems like they're just running down the clock. Eshe isn't pressing them too hard. If Evelyn can get that steal. However, I believe that may have been a foul. Or,
yes, I believe that was a foul against Evelyn Osborne. Bryn Chapaton now in for her.
and now both teams are in bonus, so this isn't necessarily one pull way or the other now.
In fact, I think Evelyn Osborne fouled out of the game.
Bryn Chapaton, let's see. They really just need to put these points up on the board. They have 30
Quickly.
seconds left. They just need to shoot.
Exactly. Emma Wilson with that shot.
And make their rebounds, of course.
I think foul against Bryn Chapaton for holding. .27 and a half seconds left to go here. Both teams are in the bonus. Eshe looking for some quick points here. And traveling called against Emma Wilson.
You can see Coach Waller's really into it, coaching his team.
Lady Panthers holding it here. And it looks like another foul was called against Bryn Chapaton.
I'm not exactly quite sure what's happening on the court here. Not actually physically, but especially mentally with these girls. I think a lot of them have kind of started jinxing themselves out, especially as it went into overtime. And Woodlawn kind of just stayed there. And I think, honestly, that's why Woodlawn is in that second place reigning district champs. Because they...
Kendall Daly on the ground, 0.6 seconds left. I hope she's okay.
Seems like she's walking it off, but I do believe that that is a shot for Kendall Daly now because of bonus without any defenders on her. Oh, I'm sorry. That's a lie. With the Panthers on her. Shot is good for Kendall Daly. Honestly, if Kendall can find a way to block these defenders out herself and get the rebound, she might have a closer chance.
And that does it here. Woodlawn 54, SJA 48. A heartbreaker, truly. But they fought till the end. And in a moment here, we're going to get to hear from head coach Tim Waller himself.
That's right. And our basically leading scorers of the game. I believe Evelyn Osborne and Emma Wilson are 2 freshmen on the team. Although the team lost tonight, both those girls played amazingly and did so awesome. Everyone did.
Yes. It was close until, again, the very last second.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it just fell to chance, just that mentality of
The shots that landed and the shots that
yeah. And it can be difficult, going into a game, knowing that these people are second in your district or in the state.
They were runner-ups last year.
For state?
Yes.
So knowing that they're second in the state, it can be a little bit daunting. But not all morale was lost. You can see some SJ students, I believe, dancing. I'm sorry, not SJ students.
They seem to be sisters of some of our girls players.
Yeah. Either that or SJ just had its middle school math tournament hosted by the Mu Alpha Theta Club. And so it could be some people just coming in from that.
Stand by momentarily while we get Coach Waller and we get him mic'd up.
Honestly, I think that after this game, if they were to play Woodlawn again later on, SJ would have a higher chance and would be able to do better.
Ladies.
Hi,
Hi, Coach Waller.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Great, awesome, really good. Tough game for us, right? To open up our District 5A play. Again, really good team. Coach Dito does a really good job with that program. As I mentioned at halftime, it's the reason why they're runner-up back-to-back in Division I select. So, look, test for us. We got a lot of things we got to look at on film, try to get ready. Nobody's going to feel sorry for us. We played a defending state champion on Tuesday at their place against Zachary. So, really proud of the fight, taking that game into overtime. That's why you coach. That's why you play these games like this, right, to have those opportunities. So, overall, not happy about the outcome, obviously, but definitely proud of how my team battled and fought and scrapped to try to get that victory for us tonight.
Right. And going into your game against Zachary, just off the top of your head, what are some things that you're really going to push into your players for that game to kind of get that win?
Really just play the way we played last night. We try to clean up some things as far as turnovers. We didn't have thing tonight. I don't know what the stats were, but they probably weren't our best this season from the free throw line. We've been doing a pretty good job there. And I think there were a couple of opportunities for us to make some layups that we didn't make. Got into foul trouble there. Again, that's no excuses. There were things that happened in that game that we could control. And unfortunately, Woodlawn was able to take advantage of those things too. But again, look, credit to Woodlawn and Dito and those players. They wanted that game, and you can tell throughout that 32 minutes that they were, competitors there. So credit to them, credit to them in their preparation tonight.
Yes. As we've said, of course, this was such a close and intense game. Your players fought hard into the end, even into overtime. So what do you want to say to your team? Like, what message do you have for them right now?
Oh, just that I'm proud of them for competing, right, not giving up. There are, multiple opportunities where they could have just let Woodlawn take control of the game. We fought back. I think we tied it midway through the fourth quarter. We actually had a lead, so there were many opportunities where we could have just kind of shut down and allow Woodlawn to take the game over, and we didn't. We kept fighting, we kept competing, and so that the message number one is, hey, look, one game doesn't make our season. We also got a short memory here. We got a 24-hour rule. We got to wake up. The sun's going to rise tomorrow and Sunday and Saturday, and it's going to be cold, but it's going to rise. And we got to turn our attention on Monday to get ready for, again, a really tough team of Zachary.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Coach Waller.
Thank you, Coach Waller. Appreciate y'all being here. Stick to greatness. Y'all stay warm.
We're handing the mics now over to Evelyn Osborne and Emma Wilson, our 2 freshmen, getting them mic'd up.
Y'all gonna look at that camera where those two.
Hi, girls.
Hey girls, can you hear us?
Yeah,
Okay, awesome. How are y'all doing?
good.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, so obviously you girls have been playing basketball together for most of your lives. What do y'all mean to each other on and off the court, and how do you think that helps y'all in games like this and just throughout the whole season?
I mean, it really means a lot to, have someone that you grew up with just playing next to you in high school, because we played all throughout elementary, and I think it just adds to the chemistry, just knowing how each other plays and being able to contribute any way we can to get each other points and assists and steals and all that.
Yeah, like she said about chemistry, I know exactly where she is on the court at all times.
Yeah. Both of you girls made a lot of 3-points. So how important do you feel those are in games, and how much do y'all practice y'all's 3-points? Because both of y'all did so amazing in that field.
Thank you. I mean, 3-pointers are really clutch, 3 points added on. But in practice, literally every practice that we have, we're always shooting threes. We have to make 3 in a row from every spot, and that really contributes. Just shooting in a game, you're like, oh, I'm in practice, and it helps you it takes away the pressure and stuff.
Yeah, I practice 3-pointers every day, and it really contributes to the game.
Yes, awesome. Last question, just kind of going into y'all's next game. What are y'all gonna look to maybe focus on a little bit on the court in practice and also with each other before preparing for Zachary?
I feel like we're gonna work on a lot of practice boxing out, because that's the one area we struggled in. So.
Yeah, I mean, we're coming off of an 18-game win streak,
Yeah.
and having that one loss I feel like it's gonna fuel us, because I mean, coming up we have Zachary, a really good team. It's gonna make us want to light a fire under us and play hard and box out and be aggressive.
Yeah, I definitely think we're gonna come back on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you guys played great tonight.
Awesome. Thank you, girls.
Thank
you.
Thank you all for tuning in. We want to give our shout out to our broadcast credits. On camera tonight were Cameron Frost, Lucy LaPlace, and Kristen Wilhelm. And graphics was Audrey Tullier. Stats was Marie Henderson, and producer was Mr. Taylor Martina. I'm Linley Denstel.
And I'm Ava Thevenot.
Thank you for tuning in. We'll see y'all next time.
Bye, guys.
This has been a presentation of the Academy Athletics Network.